I will change my eyeglasses, Chairman. We go formal. Chairman of the Board of Management, Engineer Kahenya, if I'm not wrong, members of the Board of Management, senior government officials who are present, the Chief Principal, Mrs. Margaret Kaenga, if I pronounce it right, teaching and non-teaching staff, parents and guardians, graduates, students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me thank the management through the chairman, Engineer Kahenya, the principal, Margaret Kaenga, and the entire management of the Thogoto Teachers Training College for inviting me to this 68th graduation ceremony for this esteemed institution. Thousands of teachers for Kenyan schools have been trained in this college since its inception in 1945. At least it's 71 years old, isn't it? About 71 years ago. Their contribution to the transformation of our nation during the period cannot be overemphasized. The college, which began in 1949 with a mere handful of trainees, now houses over 1,000 students and has over 300 tutors. It has experienced phenomenal growth in different fields as an indication of its responsiveness to the growing demand for education in Kenya. One of the most important areas of this growth has been ICT. I will say more a little later. Education plays a crucial role in the development of any nation. Teachers and teaching training institutions are of fundamental importance to the development of any nation. In Kenya, education has always commanded the lion's share of the national budget, and rightly so. However, the growth of the sector has been so phenomenal that the money has never been enough, and consequently, educational institutions have remained saddled with this problem. The brunt of these problems has been borne partly by the teachers and partly by the institution per se. I am myself a trained teacher, having trained as a P3 teacher at the Kahuhia Teacher Training College in the late 50s and taught briefly before proceeding to US for higher education. By the way, you always see Kahuhia girls in secondary school. We were the last. I was one of the last class in the Kahuhia Teacher Training College. And then it was taken over by the girls. And that last year that the girls came and we were second year living, I used to be taken to the girls in the evening on Saturdays to play guitar for them to dance. And I would be guarded by the headmaster, who was a Mzungu, of course, of the college, and the headmistress, who was called MacDonald, of the girls' school. So I would not be allowed to dance myself. So my role was only to play guitar for the girls. So that's why they call me alumni. And I think everybody gets surprised, like when we were burying late Matiba. Matiba's home is just across, divided by the river of Kahuya Girls Secondary School, and Matiba's home is divided by a river. And when Matiba was a minister, anytime he came home, he would come with a pickup following him. And it would be full of meat and bread. And it would be delivered to the girls. So this was kind of a tradition. And when Matiba got sick and he used to stay in Mombasa, the old girls used to get together, all of them, in hundreds of them, and contribute some money, travel to Mombasa, but they would not leave me. They would look for where I am to take them to Mombasa, to go and sing for Matiba, and so on. That's why you saw we were given a role in his burial at Muranga, and we were all holding candles. And the introduction was 100 old girls of Kahuya Girls Secondary School and one old boy of Kahuya Girls Secondary School. I saw it the other day in the newspaper, because this year or last year they did very well in high school examination. And it was, there was a line saying, it's because of the frequency of the old boy of Kahuya Girls Secondary School, how he frequents Kahuya. That's why it has improved this far. So, a little bit of that story. In my days, the teacher was an adored and rare commodity in the community, by the way. You know, teachers in our times, I don't know what I would compare them today with. Maybe politicians. When you go to the village, we are talking about the village, not Nairobi people or Kikuyu people. You know, around here, Kikuyu, you know, it's like Nairobi. But in the village, see now a politician, when he goes there, everybody comes up to look at this politician. But it was probably more than that. A teacher was respected highly. Whatever the teacher said, that was like the Bible. Yeah? It's no more. He was seen as a bearer of the torch that lit up the way to the future. This is very important. And those who are graduating today should know that this actually is what we should all, as Kenyans, try to carry forward. He illuminates the little children's minds from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, of new knowledge, and brighter future prospects. Because really, education is all that there is that we can give to our children, you know, to be able to create a future. And any country that ignores education, I doubt whether they can develop. At least even in the rest of the world, which I know, whether it's America or where, education is a priority to any government that wants to develop their own country. Today, I see in Kenya disturbing deficit of the old reverence and respect for the teacher, while commending the government for its prioritization of education. I challenge those in authority to look again into the issue and see how best to promote and elevate the teachers' socio-economic standing in the country. The teacher in Kenya, rural areas in particular, seem more hard hit by this prejudice against the teacher. Currently, there are about 30 government-run teacher colleges in Kenya. This probably explains why there is always a shortage of qualified government teachers in the country and an unending clamor for the same. By the way, it is curious that while the government trains its staff for other public services free of charge, trainees in the government teaching colleges have to pay fees for their education. See, you are paying fees. Or you are not here. You don't pay. You know, during our time, we didn't pay fees. So I don't know where it came from. We should fight that the training colleges, they are just like we promise free primary education. If you promise free primary education and you don't have free training of teachers in the teacher colleges, how are you going to give free primary education? This is a big discrepancy that needs to be ironed out among other thorny issues of education. We happen to have Macharia now as CS for education. He's my friend. We worked together at the University of Nairobi. I was chairman of the council when he was the vice chancellor. So we know each other very well. And those who are interested in improving education can always get me, and we can challenge Macharia. I'll make the appointment myself. However, despite the various handles in this way, Thogoto Teacher Training College can boast its enormous strides in the areas of academic training and physical expansion. I'm aware that this college is one of the best ranked teacher centers of excellence in training P1 teachers in the country. And as I mentioned to you, I'm P3 trained, although I have gone beyond that P3 now. I know P1 were trained from high school. I guess that's the same thing. I don't know whether they are graduates and they come and train as P1s, or they are high school and come and train as P1. So it's a good start. It's a 2 years training. So actually for them even to go on to university is also a very good chance. This is also well reflected in the excellent performance in academic and core curriculum activities, with the college having great record on drama, music festivals, games, and in athletics. And this is what I explained to you, that please don't keep it in your libraries, make money out of it. There are many ways to making money out of it. It takes a lot of effort and investment to build an institution that excels like you have. The areas of technology and technical training too have not been left behind either. This college is set in an area rich in history of Christian education in Kenya. In its immediate neighbors are Leo-owned institutions such as the Alliance High School, the Alliance Girls High School, Kikuyu Mission Hospital, the PCA University, and the historic Church of Torch. The college is viewed as a giant in teacher training education and a role model for other similar institutions like the Christian mission institutions around it. Thogoto College is expected to produce public servants of honor and integrity. Its products are widely spread all over the country and have served the nation with great diligence. No public scandals, incidents, student disorders, or riots, or teacher boycotts have been reported from here. Check to the record. The image of the college is known to the Kenyan public as being of peace, stability, and steady growth. For this, the management, teachers, parents, and the students deserve to be highly commended. A word on BBI. They are going to teach students, young students, primary school students, and we are hearing right now as they go out about BBI. The debate about this issue has been unnecessarily confusing. At the center of the debate is the vital question: what kind of Kenya do we want to build? The answer does not lie in the kind of system of government we choose to adopt. It lies in the integrity of our electoral system and our respect for Kenyan's institutions. Both the presidential and the parliamentary government systems have been with us at different points in our post-independence period. At one point, we even practiced a crossbreed of the two. Unfortunately, the way we conduct our politics is so immoral that we have never arrived at an ideal leadership for our nation. Cheating, stealing, corruption, and manipulation of electoral system have characterized Kenya's elections since the 80s. This country needs a political culture steeped in the values of honesty, integrity, and deep respect for the law. Elections must never be stolen again. Seek ye first a political culture of honesty and decency, and all the rest shall fall in place automatically. This must be fundamental goal of the BBI initiative. You know, I have been in this world. I was in America for 8 years. I know the British system, the parliamentary system. I know the American system. When in 2005 we had bananas and oranges on a document that was being called Wako Draft, it failed miserably. It did not give us a constitution. In 2010, we fought hard, some of us, to come up with a system that is known. And there is no need, you don't need to recreate the wheel. There is there are only three systems of government in this world, by the way. There is pure presidential system, which is practiced in America. And there is pure parliamentary system, which we were ruled on during colonial days and which is practiced in UK. And for that reason, in Canada, in Australia, in New Zealand, because those are dominions of Scotland, if you want to add whatever, they all run a pure parliamentary system. These two are both very democratic systems. There is none you can make more superior than another in terms of practicing democracy. The third one is dictatorship. There is no argument about systems of government. You can go dictatorship, you can go parliamentary system if you want democracy. The only principle is this: you must obey the law. If the law is written, you follow it. If you don't follow the law, like we have now, 2010 Constitution, with a pure presidential system, and you don't follow it, then you are meddling around in the dictatorial world. So, it is unfortunate, but we will try. Unfortunately, the way we conduct our politics is immoral. I think I have read that. It's upon all of our teaching institutions, particularly our teaching institutions, who are teaching our own children, to train teachers who will go on to pass these values in the country's young generations. Because if the young ones do not learn the culture of a good country, of a developing country, of how to develop, how to be patriotic to their own country, we cannot go very far. This is the best way to bridge Kenya's past with the future. Unless we understand and appreciate the above, the entire BBI effort will be in vain. To the graduates, congratulations for your successful completion of the P1 course. The certificate will be awarded today. You will be awarded today. Is your ticket to go and join or rejoin the Kenya's labor force, which is charged with the noble responsibility of transforming Kenya into a better place to live in. Let me warn you that there will be many challenges out there, and you should harbor no illusions about what you are going to get into. Put God first in everything that you do. Put your plans and your trust in Him to guide you. You cannot do much without God. Make friends with those around you. You will need friends to help you move in the direction that you want. Make friends. Make everybody your friend, and you'll be able to go forward. I always advise students, don't have any fear. You know, what holds us back to success is fear. If you have fear, if I feared after Madu paper was taken away from me, and I was left, I was going by bus, because everything was taken from me by the government of the day then, and I went crying and do nothing else, I would not be here today. Never fear. I believe that's why I went by bus to America and got my education, even without a scholarship, working day at night to pay my school fees, because I never have any fear of anything. I don't violate the law. I believe that you all must work within the law. If somebody wants to punish you, they go and write a new law and tell you that you have violated that law. But if you are clever enough, if they write a new law, you follow that one. But never have fear of anybody, because you are born as an individual and you have your own brains, and you are entitled to everything that those brains that God gave you to do good for yourself, good for your family, and good for your country. Nobody else should ever tell you that you should not do that or do that. Whatever you believe is good and is within the law. You need friends to help you move in the direction you want. To quote the words of the former speaker of this platform, be assertive. If you don't get out there and seek information, you will not get where you want to go. If you don't fight for the job market, no one will do it for you. If you don't apply for those jobs, the jobs will not come to you. So be inquisitive, have the interest to succeed. To succeed, I repeat again, be always determined to succeed, and you will succeed. And then leave the rest to God. Cultivate positive attitude of life and put on a thick skin to ward off the discouragement. In a forthcoming book about my life, which I just promised you, some advanced copies, not for sale, I narrate how many life has been one protracted, my life has been one protracted struggle against obstacles put in my way by circumstances beyond my control, or by people out to block me from progressing. I describe how my journey to America in the 50s was truly a nightmare, and how my struggle for education in that distant land was an ordeal few can withstand. But that has not prevented it to be in front of you today. So you invited me. I relate how upon my return back to Kenya, I had to fight a series of wars with a vicious government system to make it to where I am today. I'm grateful to God for graciously giving me the power to overcome these hurdles. My family and I have come out of it all intact and even stronger. Never give up in your pursuit for any goal that you believe is worth living for. If you sit and moan and you give up when you are faced with challenges, this will deter your success. This will deter your success. But if you face those challenges with the courage and determination to win the fight then you will overcome and come out triumphantly in the end. You triumph in the end. The Bible says, he that endureth to the end shall be saved. I wish you all vibrant health and good luck in all your current and future endeavors. Before I say God bless you, I need to do something for the students. Bashir, if you can come. Bashir. We realize the principal, you can come. We realized that there are, how many were there? There were 300. There were 300 students. The second year now. The second year now, we realized that there are about, whatever the number there are, about 500 of them have not completed paying their school fees. And it is various. From the one who has paid the least, some have paid all. So I took the list from the top and made a contribution of 20,000 shillings for 50 students. That is 1 million shillings to pay school fees, starting from the list, and the list is here. I'm told the chairman is the one who asked for the school fees. There is also awards for the best performers. These are the ones who are graduating today. That's what I gave the school fees, are those who are continuing with their second year education. And the ones who are going out, I think there is some awards to be given, which we thought that we should. The best student in academic diploma, is it ECDE diploma, will award her 3,000 shillings each. How many are there? There are 5 of them. And each of them will get 3,000 shillings. Students with the subject distinctions will get 2,000 shillings each. Students with the subject credits will get 1,000 shillings each. Academic award, lecturers. Best subject, position 1 will get 5,000 shillings each. Number 2 will get 4,000, and number 3 will get 3,000. Most improved subject will get 3,000 each. Best subject teachers will get 5,000 shillings each. Where is my 100,000? 100. What is this? Yeah, all these were broadcasted. If we can listen a little bit, Thogoto FM will get 10,000 shillings. They have a chance. They also have a chance of getting the jobs if they follow me. Thogoto choir, the ones who are dancing here, jumping, will get 10,000 shillings. Thogoto modern dancers, I don't know who is who now, will get also 10,000 shillings. Thogoto model school will get 10,000 shillings. I don't know how much. I think Thogoto model school, I will increase it as a primary school, I will increase it to 50,000 shillings. Now, I want you to hear this. I was told that the Muoboko dancers, that the leader, where is she? Is she nearby? Are you the one who was choiring? And what is your name? And who told me she's not a Kikuyu? The girl who was, the small girl who was in front here. Where is she? And she's come here. The girl who was leading the dance. Here, the one Mokoi, in Kikuyu, Tuga, Mokoi. Negokoya. Ole okoya na Gikuyu. Newe.
And
what is your name?
Jerry Wagishohu.
Then they didn't give me the proper information. They told me that she is not a Kikuyu and that she is singing. You remember how she was singing? Muoboko? Who was not a Kikuyu and she was reading the Muoboko. Are you the one? Was she the one reading? She only changed. She changed her clothes. And how do now I'm in Koyoko? No, can she understand? No, can you do the same? Sing it. The one you are, I don't want to make a mistake. The Muoboko, the one you sang here in front of the crowd.
Mahoya doige hoya gage hoera mashaire takerore wone mahoya ne makinyu reune me tikira. Nehede de kera nehena keharo no makinya mere na kuna jera wega kerio kwega gukira odore manira.
She'll get 100,000 shillings. And the group will get 10,000 shillings. Remember, those are talents. You know, see, we have to encourage talents, that she can actually, in not her mother language, be able to conduct that song, that muoboko, which we used to speak, to see our mothers and our fathers dance, and she can say word for word on it in Kikuyu. That's a talent that should be recognized. So God bless this great institution. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Well,